I'm Arielle Van Sickle, and I'm a second-year medical student at MUSC.
I'm Anil. I'm a cardiology fellow at MUSC.
My name is Stefanie Zimmerman-Drake, and I am an NGO worker for an international nonprofit that works to bring democracy and governance throughout the world.
So it was like such a growing time, and it was different than I thought it was going to be. Like, I went as on the provider team, and towards the end of the week there was this one little girl, and she came with her younger brothers, and I found out from talking to her that she lived alone. Her parents were in a city trying to go to school, like several hours away, and she was talking about like these different symptoms she was having, and it was like almost definitely sickle cell, and she was having these pain crises, but she was taking care of like 4 or 5 younger brothers. She was 11. Sorry, I'm actually gonna cry. She was 11 years old, and she was living in a really remote area taking care of her 4 younger brothers, and just showed up with all these scary people, not even for her own problem, but for her brother's problem, and then also happened to be talking to us. And so we wanted her to get tested and make sure, and so she could get treatment, and she didn't have anyone to take her to the clinic, and not a lot of neighbor friends because she was pretty remote. And so we were able to work something out, and found someone she could go with, but she was so like happy, and she was so shy and so sweet, and I just thought, 11 years old and 4, I think it was 5 actually, 5 younger brothers. She was just precious. I couldn't stop touching her. I kept hugging her. I think she was like, "What are you doing?" But I helped take care of my younger siblings too when we were growing up, so I felt this serious kinship with her, and I thought, it's nice that people all over the world are the same, but at the same time, that's really brave. That was really, really brave, and I guess that was just at one particular patient that I felt like I got way more out of that than she did. She was beautiful. She was just the most beautiful little girl I ever met. She's wonderful. So that's probably my highlights, yeah.
I actually had the pleasure of spending a day at the clinic rather than going with the outreach, spending a day at that clinic, working with the doctors there, with Alex and the other doctors there, and it was that was an awesome experience, just to see how they're able to provide care that we provide here to patients on a regular basis, and I think that's kind of what sets, in my opinion, sets PMI apart from other organizations that do medical mission trip, is that their sustained exposure and the ability for the people there to take care of themselves, rather than just going there for a week, which is great. You make an impact for a week, but I think they are able to make an impact year-round rather than just for 1 week or so forth. I think that's one of the greatest things about PMI.
I would recommend a PMI trip for anyone who is looking to see what the rest of the world is like. I think when you go abroad with PMI, you're actually interacting with the people, and you get to see a completely different world. We're so privileged here in this country, and I know that everyone I run into has a heart for others. And if you go on a PMI trip, you actually get to fulfill that desire, and I feel
that was the moment, even though I had known going in, great, it's sustainable, that's attractive. I didn't understand how important that was until I got there, and I was realizing I was never going to see most of these patients again, and I was like, I have to know they have somewhere to go. I have to know that someone cares about them.
One thing that I like about PMI, and that I thought is so cool about PMI as opposed to other medical mission trips, is that they have a sustained exposure there.
PMI is such a good program in place for actually making a difference in people's lives, but also they empower people. It's not like you go there as an American and you just give them a handout. You're actually empowering people in Uganda and in Nicaragua to make a difference and to take ownership in their health, and that's so unique to the nonprofit world.
It was whole health, and we were taking whole health over to them, and it wasn't just oh, I'm going to show up and give you some medicine. It was a lot of education and counseling, and so I loved that too, because it was caring for the whole patient and not just treating a symptom, but trying to get to inside of their culture and give them the information they needed to like empower them to make a difference in their lives. And that's the most incredible thing, is when you can empower a patient to change their own life and help them take care of their own health so that they need the doctor less instead of just showing up. And so that was the best. I mean, just I felt like, oh, I can be so proud of what we're doing. Like I can be so proud of being part of this team.
I definitely would love to stay involved with the PMI for as long as possible.
Nothing I've done has made me, like I love medicine and I'm really excited I'm in med school, but nothing has made me more excited to be in medicine than that experience.
So I think if someone is looking to really truly make a difference and really truly have their life turned upside down in the best way possible, a PMI is the way to do it.